AITA for telling my BIL he needs to book a hotel when he and my sister were staying at my house? Okay, so I need to get this off my chest and figure out if I'm the jerk here. I, 32F, live in a small 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house in a mid-sized city, and my sister, Lisa, 35F, and her husband, Mark, 37M, came to visit me from across the country. They were supposed to stay with me for a week, but on day 4, I told Mark they needed to find a hotel because of a bathroom situation that was driving me up the wall. They got super upset, called me ableist, and now things are super awkward between us. I'm starting to second-guess myself, so I need some outside perspective. Here's the full story. For context, Lisa and I have always been pretty close, even though we live far apart now. Growing up, we shared a room until I was 12, so we're used to each other's quirks. She's the older sister, always been the more outgoing one, while I'm quieter and like my space. We talk on the phone maybe once a month, text here and there, and visit each other every couple of years. She's been with Mark for about 10 years, married for 6. Mark's fine, I guess. He's not my favorite person, but I've never had a big issue with him before this. He's kind of loud, loves being the center of attention, and has this habit of making every conversation about himself, but I figured that's just his personality. Lisa seems happy with him, so I've always just rolled with it. Anyway, about 2 months ago, Lisa called me all excited because they were planning a trip to my city. She said they wanted to visit for a week to catch up, see some local sites, and just hang out. I was thrilled because I hadn't seen her in person since before COVID, and I love hosting people when I can. My house isn't huge, but I figured I could make it work. I have a spare room that I use as a home office, and I told her I could set up an air mattress in there for them. Lisa was like, "Are you sure? We don't want to be a burden," and I insisted it was fine. I mean, it's family, right? You make space for family. I should probably mention that my house is small. Like 900 square feet, cozy vibes, but not exactly built for hosting long-term guests. The bathroom is the only one in the house, and it's right off the hallway between the bedrooms and the living room. It's got a shower, toilet, and sink. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. I live alone, so I'm used to having it all to myself. I also have a medical condition. I'd rather not get into specifics, but it's digestive related. That means I sometimes need the bathroom urgently. It's not a daily thing, but when it hits, it hits. I manage it fine at home because, well, it's my bathroom. When I travel, I always make sure I'm staying somewhere with easy bathroom access, like a hotel or an Airbnb with multiple bathrooms, because I hate inconveniencing other people. This is important later. So Lisa and Mark show up last week, and at first, everything's great. I pick them up from the airport, we hug it out, and they're super grateful for the setup. I'd spent the day before cleaning the house, moving my office stuff to make room for the air mattress, and even got some snacks they like. We spend the first evening catching up over pizza, laughing about old family stories, and planning what they want to do during their visit. Mark's being his usual loud self, telling some long story about a work project, but it's all good vibes. I'm thinking, this is going to be a fun week. Then day 1 happens, and the bathroom issue starts. I notice Mark's in there for, like, a long time. I'm talking 45 minutes in the morning, then another 30 minutes after lunch, and again in the evening. I don't say anything because, whatever, maybe he's just adjusting to the time zone or ate something weird on the plane. But it's annoying because I'm working from home that day, and I have to pee during one of his marathon sessions. I end up holding it until he's out, which is uncomfortable but not a huge deal. I figure it's a one-off. Day 2, it's worse. He's in the bathroom for over an hour in the morning. I knock at one point because I really need to go, and he's like, "Just a sec," in this cheerful voice, but then takes another 20 minutes. I'm pacing in the hallway, trying not to be a jerk about it, but I'm starting to get frustrated. Lisa's in the living room scrolling on her phone, and I finally pull her aside to ask what's up. I'm like, "Hey, is everything okay with Mark? He's been in the bathroom a lot." She gets this kind of sheepish look and says, "Oh yeah, he has a condition. He needs the bathroom more than most people. It's no big deal, just give him time." I'm a little thrown off because she didn't mention this when they asked to stay with me, but I don't want to pry. I just nod and say, "Okay, good to know." I ask if there's anything I can do to help, like get specific food or something, and she's like, nah, he's got it under control. I let it go, but I'm starting to feel uneasy. My own condition means I can't always just wait, and with only one bathroom, this could be a problem. I text my best friend, Sarah, about it later that night, and she's like, that's rough. Maybe talk to them again. I decide to give it one more day to see if things improve. Day 3 is when I start losing my patience. Mark's bathroom sessions are getting longer, over an hour in the morning, another hour after breakfast, and then 2 hours in the afternoon. I'm not exaggerating. I timed it because I was so baffled. I'm trying to work, but I keep getting distracted by the fact that I can't use my own bathroom. At one point, I really need to go, and he's been in there for 45 minutes. I knock, and he's like, almost done, but then takes another 30 minutes. I'm clenching my fists, trying not to snap, but I'm also starting to panic because my condition is acting up. I end up grabbing my keys and driving to a nearby gas station to use their bathroom. It's gross, and I'm humiliated, but I had no choice. I do this twice that day because Mark's in the bathroom again later when I need it. When I get back from the second gas station trip, I'm fuming. I pull Lisa's side again and try to stay calm. I'm like, Lisa, I get that Mark has a condition, but this is really hard for me. I can't keep leaving my house to use the bathroom. Can we figure something out? She gets defensive and says, it's not like he's doing it on purpose. He can't help it. Why are you making this a big deal? I'm taken aback because I thought she'd at least understand my side. I tell her I have a condition too, and I need reliable bathroom access in my own home. She rolls her eyes and says, it's only for a few more days. Can't you just deal with it? I'm hurt, but I don't want to escalate, so I just say, I'll try, and walk away. That night, I'm lying in bed, overthinking everything. I feel like a bad host for being annoyed, but I also feel like my boundaries are being trampled. I start wondering if I should have said no to them staying here in the first place. I mean, they could have gotten a hotel. Lisa's got a good job, and Mark's always bragging about his promotions. But then I feel guilty because they're family, and Lisa was so excited to stay with me. I text Sarah again, and she's like, you're not wrong for wanting to use your own bathroom. They're being inconsiderate. Her words help, but I'm still torn. Then comes day 4, and it's the breaking point. I wake up at 4 a.m. with an urgent need to use the bathroom. My condition is flaring up bad, and I'm in pain. I stumble to the bathroom, and of course, the door's locked. I can hear Mark in there, running water, humming to himself, like he's having a spa day. I knock and say, hey Mark, I really need to get in there. Can you hurry? He's like, yeah, give me a minute. I wait, leaning against the wall, trying to hold it together. 5 minutes pass. 10. I knock again, more desperate now, and say, Mark, please, I'm in a lot of pain. I need to go now. He says nothing this time. I'm standing there for an hour, from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., and he's still not out. The gas station isn't even open at this time, and there's nowhere else nearby I can go. I'm sweating, I'm shaking, and I just can't wait anymore. I end up having to. God, this is so embarrassing, but I grab a bucket for my cleaning supplies and use it in my garage. I'm mortified. I'm 32 years old, in my own house, using a bucket because my guest won't let me get out of the bathroom. I feel so gross and humiliated, and angry. When Mark finally emerges at 5 a.m., he's all refreshed, towel over his shoulder, acting like nothing's wrong. I don't say anything to him then, because I'm too upset to form words. I clean the bathroom and spend the rest of the morning stewing. By breakfast, I know I can't let this go. I wait until Lisa's up, and I sit them both down. I'm trying to stay calm, but I'm shaking. I say, Mark, I'm really sorry, but you guys need to find a hotel. I can't keep being blocked out of my bathroom like this. Last night, I had to do something because you were in there for an hour, and I couldn't have anywhere else to go. I get you have a medical condition, but I have one too, and I need to be able to use my own bathroom in my own home. Mark looks surprised, but Lisa immediately jumps to his defense. She's like, are you serious? You're kicking us out because he needs the bathroom? That's so ableist. I'm floored. I tell her, it's not ableist to want to use my own bathroom. I had to use a bucket last night because he wouldn't get out. How is that okay? Mark chimes in saying, you could have held it. It wasn't that long. I lose it a little and say, an hour is as long when you're in pain. I shouldn't have to hold it in my own house. Lisa's like, you're being so insensitive. He can't control this. Why are you making him feel bad? I'm like I'm in the twilight zone. I say, I'm not trying to make him feel bad. I'm just saying I can't live like this. You guys can stay with other family or get a hotel, but you can't stay here if this keeps happening. They both get super mad and start packing. Lisa's muttering about how she didn't expect this from me, and Mark's saying stuff like, I guess we're not welcome here. I feel like the worst person ever, but I also feel like I can't back down. They end up leaving that afternoon to stay at a hotel, and Lisa texts me later saying, I hope you're happy you really hurt us. I haven't responded because I don't know what to say. I feel guilty, but I'm also still so angry about the whole thing. So, Reddit, AITA for telling my sister and BIL they needed to get a hotel? I know they're family and I know Mark has a condition, but I feel like they didn't care about my needs at all. Maybe I could have handled it better, but I was just trying to stand up for myself. What do you guys think?